Okay, this is our ER diagram. We have all of our entities with their attributes on here. We'll start over in the corner. So we have member that has a fitness goal. They also log health metrics and all the stuff that's around there. Each of the keys for these are like underlined. And then members can book personal training sessions, um, which has all of these as well. Personal training sessions are held in rooms. They're also taught by the trainers. Trainers also teach group fitness classes, which are also held in rooms. All of the room stuff is managed by the admin staff, who also manage the class schedules for the group fitness class. And then over here, the member registers for class registration, which is a little separate chunk for the group fitness classes. And throughout, you can see all of the um, variables. Like there's one class schedule that's managed by like a bunch of admin staff, and a bunch of training sessions per like one trainer and all that stuff around there like that. Then we'll go to the relational schema. So all of the like keys again are kind of like highlighted or underlined, and then just kind of how they're all connected within each of the classes is shown here. So we'll jump to the code.
This is the file their architecture that we've kind of got going on. So the main biggest ones are the objects, or sorry, the entities, like for example, member here. We used the ORM for Hibernate for Java, and then so you can see that this is creating the entity and the table name, as well as all the columns that are contributed to it, and all the relations like the one to many, how like one member can have multiple fitness goals and stuff, and then the getters and setters. A lot of the files follow the same architecture of this kind of stuff. And then the main one that handles all the stuff for this would be member service, which has all the stuff you can see like let me find out like add fitness goal is managed here, add health metric is managed here, update personal details, all the member functions and stuff you're gonna find in member service. And then we have to make some extra ones like room is another entity that has a couple of variables like ID, room number, capacity, as well as some getters and setters. And then we also have other ones like we have a data initializer just for some default data that you aren't asked to input, like rooms or trainers or admins. We put in some default data so that we can test some stuff. And then you can see the same thing for admin service, and admin staff is the same pairing of like admin service as if they are an admin, or creating a group class, and then or admin staff is the actual entity that has the ID, name, and email. And then I think just moving to the code or the run
Trainer.
through of it. Oh yes, trainer. Yeah.
So this is the trainer entity. It's kind of same as all the other ones, getters and setters. And then it also has a trainer service, which has a bunch of stuff in here. So like getting availability, adding one time and reoccurring availability, removing all that stuff. Trainer has an additional one to help out just with like the availability section because it's like a bit intricate, but um,
And
just
then
showing all the stuff.
everything is connected together through the main, where it's just a series of menus and knowing and the workflow of how things will go through. So you're presented with your options. We'll run through them all when we actually test it. But then you can see we also have some helper methods at the bottom that kind of ties everything together, like upcoming sessions and stuff. You can see here member lookup, some of the functions for trainers, and room booking for admin and stuff like that. Okay, now we can go through and run the code.
We could do more entities like personal training session.
Oh yeah, we do have, there's a lot more that we haven't shown yet. Like there's a lot of entities like personal training session will have one, as well as group fitness class has one. And then same for health metric needed one. I picked some variables like height, weight, and heart rate to be done, as well as a fitness goal. It was kind of vague on what they wanted, so I made it so that you have a goal type and a target value, and then the day they were created and if it's been achieved or not. And then you can see all the tables and stuff going through those. Then the getters and setters and the toString. Um,
Yeah, go for it.
Now we can run the code. Main,
Except run.
main. So when you run this, you'll be presented at the very start with four options. Just getting the Hibernate to connect right now. And now these four options are to log in as a member, log in as admin, log in as a trainer, or if you're none of those, then create yourself as a member. So just to start, if we wanted to see the back end of an admin, you would go through, you would say, all right, admin login. And we already loaded this in the data initializer with a couple admins so that we can run through. So Bob is an admin, and this is his email. And now you'll see that admin has these two options only. For example, if Bob wanted to go through and create a fitness class, he could do that. And this one is Pilates. And Pilates has a capacity of 15 people. The trainer email that will be doing this, another thing we've preloaded, is John. This will be in room 101 on the date time of 2025, we'll say December 12th, time at noon. Noon. So you'll see that runs through, it runs all the code, and then it creates the class. And then you can say, oh, actually, you want to change what room that was in. Then Bob can go through the admin and he can assign a room to the fitness or group fitness classes. And he'll be presented with the options. These are other ones that we've made through testing and stuff just over time. But say he wanted to change class ID 3, which is the one we just made now, Pilates, assign the room. And say we want to now put this in room ID number 4, aka room 4 or 202. We can do that. It has a big enough capacity, so the room is booked successfully. And then we can now go over to the member side and say you are a new member, then we would create this new member by registering for new member. You'll be prompted with some data, and you'll say your name is Adam Smith, and your email is adam at, just to make it simple. Your birthday is 2005, December 12th. The time, or no, you don't need time for this, sorry. You go through, member login or registered successfully. Then you would log in as a member, as Adam, that we just made. And then you can see these are your four options for these, and each one goes a bit more in depth. So say right now you wanted to manage your profile. You could go through and update your personal details, and that would be stuff like if you ever changed your name for some reason, you could still be Adam Smith if you want, and then your email can now be Smith at instead, right? And then your new date of birth, if somehow that changed, is this. I'm gonna keep it the same, and then those personal details will be updated. And now you can go through and say you wanted to go back here. Oh, 1 second. Adam Smith. Say let's change it back to Adam at and then 2005. Just boom. And now, sorry, you say you wanted to add a fitness goal, and my fitness goal is to bench 405. Yeah, I'm an eager guy, and my target value is 405. And now the fitness goal was added successfully. And then I wanted to add my health metrics for the first time. Well, I'm 170 centimeters tall. I weigh 145. And my average heart rate during my workouts is 130 currently. That'll add them all. And then you can see all of this stuff in health history. And you'll see that these are my current ones, but if I had more, it would show the list of all previous ones as well as the date that they were logged. So then you can go through now and you can register for a group class. So if I wanted to return to the main menu, I can say register for group class. And now register for a group class. These are the three classes. And you can see, for example, I'll do a test case right now. Jazzercise is fully booked. But if I wanted to enter that and try and log in, it'll tell me, oh, I entered the wrong one. I did one instead of two. So now I signed up for the HIT class. But if I wanted to sign up for Jazzercise, it class is at max capacity. It won't let you. So then you can also register for a personal training session. And now you would say your email is Adam at, sorry. Your trainer email, well, we've got some preloaded ones like John is our go-to trainer. The room number that I want to do this in is 102. And the date is 2025, December, we'll say 5th at, let's say 10 a.m. Boom, you can go through, you can create that personal session. And then you can now go through and you can see your dashboard. And what that'll show you is your latest health metrics, your current fitness goals as well as the target, your past class counts. Now, Adam hasn't done anything, so he has no classes, but then his upcoming training sessions as well. And then lastly, you can now, we're going to go to trainer in a second, but we also want to show that, wait, okay, sorry, I have one more thing. Admin menu. Admins can also change the room of personal training sessions. So room booking, assign room to personal training session. You'll see all the current ones right here. Um, and then you can say class enter training ID. Personal training session ID. Well, let's say it's 2 that we want to change. And then available rooms. It'll show you all the ones that are currently available and their capacity. And let's say we wanted to put this in room 3. Boom, room booked successfully, and now it's changed over. And last thing to show is the trainer.
So I think we'll log in as a trainer. We're gonna go into John because he's our go-to trainer. He's got all this stuff going on. So we'll go look at John's availability, and we could view his availability, but let's add some stuff first. So we'll add a one-time availability for, whoops, that's not a year. Tomorrow at 10. And then he'll only be available for maybe an hour. He's a busy guy. And that one time slot is added. So then we'll go back to availability and then we'll add a reoccurring availability too. Say he's available on small caps Monday from 9. Oh no, I broke it.
Mm,
I didn't put a 0 before the time. Should still be in there.
Yeah, all our data should be saved.
Yeah. Okay. Back to John. Adding a reoccurring availability Monday 9 until 11. And that's added. So then we have those availabilities. So we'll go back and then we'll view his availability. There's a bunch of like loaded ones from before when we were testing. But you can see these one time and reoccurring that we've just added here. Um, so that's all of John's availability. We can go to viewing John's upcoming sessions. So we can see that John has personal training sessions with Adam, one of our our test cases in here as well. And then he's also teaching some group classes, so what they are, the capacity of the room, what times and dates they're at. Um, and those are all of his upcoming sessions. And then if we want to view any of the people that he's has personal training with, we can view member profiles. Oh no, I didn't wait long enough. We'll search up Adam, if I can spell it properly. And then we can see Adam's goals. So his current goal and then the last metric and when it was recorded and all of that stuff. So that when he goes into that session, he'll be good to go with Adam. Yeah.
Okay, and now just to get into the back end again, we can see stuff like, for example, how the ORM is working for on our side here. So members, for example, I'll just go into one of our entities. You can see that you can go to right here. Email exists. What it's doing is it's creating a query to run, and it's searching through the member table where the email matches. And throughout the whole code, we have a bunch of different queries from the ORM, and we use this by having a connector over here. This is our Hibernate file where we mapped all of our entity files, and this is how we sign in to PG admin, where you can see all the tables and stuff. And we can show that now. If we went to PG admin, we can go to like a member, we can go see John, or Adam, view data, and you can see that we've got Adam is our newest one right here, Adam Smith right here. And you can see when his birthday is.
We all have the same birthday.
Wow, what a coincidence. And then, anything else?
Yeah.
Anything else?
We could look at trainer availability to our rooms. I mean, also in PG, we can look at like
Oh yeah, you can just show more
rooms.
examples.
Yeah, more examples of like, how it's working. All the stuff is added here that we've added in, or like any of the trainers, for example. John will be in here for sure. Um,
There's John.
or yeah, the admin staff are in here as well. Um, yeah,
Perfect. And that is, I think that's it.
yeah.
That is how we implemented ORM, and that is our full walkthrough of the gym fitness program. Thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe.